I would now like to introduce one of the judges for the next award that we're going to give, which is Siobhan McAndrew. I first met Siobhan when I was sitting in an exam board at Goldsmiths, and it was very boring and tedious, as exam boards are, and I sit in my department thinking that everybody is kind of hostile, and I presume that the external examiners are hostile too, and Siobhan came up to me and said, "Oh, you're David Hirsch, aren't you? I know your work. It's really good." And I thought, who are you? Why are you at Goldsmiths? What's going on? We made friends. Here is Siobhan. She will tell you about the other two judges and about the 3 shortlisted books. Siobhan.
So my name is Siobhan McAndrew. I teach public policy and research method at the University of Sheffield. When David was setting up the LCSCA, he talked to me about the risks of being associated with the centre. But I completely saw the urgent and vital need for a centre to bring what is a niche and scattered but very gifted community together, to promote the message that the study of anti-Semitism is needed and that it is open to everyone, including people like me who don't have lived experience of anti-Semitism. And he emphasised that if my name were associated with it in any way, perhaps my career might suffer. I'm slightly contrary, so that didn't put me off, but I haven't noticed anything in particular, but even so, it will be a worthy trade. The experience of being closer to this community, the London Centre, is of finding a much larger world, a universalist world, and a sense of much greater warmth and excitement in my professional life, greater awareness of what's going on in the world and a sense of integration. So I'm just very proud to be here for the Centre because it is here for its researchers, especially the early career researchers and supporters and allies, and that's all of us here right now this evening. So thank you, David, for all your work with the Centre. Now, moving on to the prize, it was judged by myself, Professor Amos Morris-Reich of Tel Aviv University, who is a historian of the social sciences, and Rashad Ali of the Institute for Strategic Dialogue. And Rash and I are specifically grateful to Amos for all his input, his serious input and insight and multiple meetings over the past couple of weeks during a time of great trauma. It was amazing. So thank you, Amos, for all your work, and we're thinking of you. We had a dizzying array of books to read for this first prize: historical studies, poetry, and popular books calling for political action. And we chose a shortlist in alphabetical order: Camilla Bassi's Outcast, Dave Rich's Everyday Hate, and Lev Topor's Fishing for Nazis. So I'll give a quick thumbnail of each. So first, Camilla Bassi's Outcast, How Jews Are Banished from the Anti-Racist Imagination, and that was published by No Pasaran. And it's a deeply considered analysis of the exclusion of anti-Jewish racism from both the academic study of race and also anti-racist movements on the British left. And the book has as a question whether the critique of Israel in language impinged by anti-Semitic racist terms and tropes is necessary. It demonstrates that it is possible to critique Israel from within the left using its language and ideas without falling into the use of dangerous tropes or reinforcing racist belief systems. Secondly, Dave Rich's Everyday Hate, How Anti-Semitism is Built into Our World and How You Can Change It, is published by Biteback. And the book is superbly written. It's packing a mighty punch in a velvet glove. It's an erudite combination of family memoir and history and analysis of ideology. And Dave Rich presents an expansive vision of how we should all speak up when we encounter everyday anti-Semitism. It presents a model of how to engage, how to be persuasive, and how to build a less hateful world. And thirdly, Lev Topor's Fishing for Nazis, Conspiracies, Anonymous Communications, and White Supremacy Networks on the Dark Web was published by Routledge. The author immersed himself in neo-Nazi spaces online to find out how they work. The book shows deep commitment to systematic method and transparency of method with full acknowledgement of limitations, while nevertheless giving us a unique evidence base. And the decision was extremely difficult because each book is so different and each is wholly successful on its own terms. As a judging panel, each of us operate in the research community we see the deep need in the intellectual community for striving, slowly, frustratingly, towards a deeper understanding. And we see the importance of intellectual renewal, of unflinching critique, and how wonderful it is to see intellectual flourishing in the study of anti-Semitism and growth in our band of scholars. Therefore, we're delighted to announce that Camilla Bassi's Outcast is the winner of the first LCSCA Book Prize for the Best Book of 2023, together with its monetary award. So, thank you.
I am so humbled by news of this award. My sincerest thank you to the judges and to the Centre for this recognition, and what I hope will be a subsequent wider engagement with the ideas and arguments of my book with the academic and activist left. Amid this despairing time that has fully exposed what Robert Fine and Philip Spencer refer to as the left's inequitable economy of compassion, the work of the London Centre for the Study of Contemporary Anti-Semitism is so critical, as is the other two books that made the shortlist for this award. Indeed, I'm honoured that my book stands alongside them. Final specific thanks goes to my publisher, No Passaran Media, without which my book, in many respects over 2 decades in the making, would have remained in my head and not out there. To two academics that have gone the extra mile to endorse my book, Mitch Rose and Leslie Claff, and to my family, I wish you all well and send you my wholehearted solidarity, and sorry I cannot be there with you this evening.